Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: how do you tell if someone is attracted to you or just being very friendly? If they act the exact same way with other people, you're out of luck. Or everybody's in luck. I see you've also met my ex. Edit, Jesus. For every one of you that ended up dating the town bicycle and didn't know it going in, my thoughts are with you in these trying times. Also, get tested. This is actually how I came to be with my current girlfriend. Totally thought she was flirting when I first met her, so I invited her to hang out. I thought we were going on dates the first 4 to 5x. She just thought we were hanging out as friends. I found out later that she is that friendly to everyone she meets, and has a ton of friends, so this wasn't unusual to her. I eventually picked up that things weren't romantic, told her about the whole thing and we laughed about it. Things stayed that way for a few months and we remained friends. Then one day we were watching a movie and she asked if I wanted to make out. Not sure what shifted the gears, pretty rad though. Not sure what shifted the gears. It became obvious to her that you actually liked her personality and weren't just trying to get into her pants. Someone tells you years later. They tell you years later after you've moved hours away, and it turns out she never said anything because she thought you had feelings for her other friend who you didn't have feelings for. She was just sexually harassing you in the middle of English class. You need to have just got engaged the week before too. As my dear old dad used to say, women who work for tips are not flirting with you. We used to extend this to if she's being paid to talk to you, she's not interested. Twitch.tv. As a woman who works for tips, I second this. But, if you actually were, how would we know? If they're a cashier /waiter /clerk etc., don't get your hopes up. Or when their name is Weedman 420 Bona God. If I'm showing you affection, it means I actually like you. I was once called into hour for allegedly flirting with an employee, not part of my own team. Her proof: I was always friendly, offered her milk to go with her coffee, and worst of all, once at an after work, I bought a round of drinks for everyone, her included. The head of hour was a bit puzzled about the whole situation, and asked her what would she then suggest we do to resolve the situation, and she requested that I would stop being friendly to her and just leave her be. This poor woman just could not accept that I was being friendly. I have a boyfriend. May I have his number? One time I was lost in my school and went to ask a girl for directions. She immediately responded with "I am taken," like it was a sitcom or something. I eventually found the room. Alright, can I get a round for everyone? Everyone except Karen. Ha. For real though, how soon would the accusations of bullying start? You don't. One person's just being friendly is another's take me to a hotel and fuck me right now. This is also exactly why people really need to stop the generalizing of entire genders' behavior. Being a hetero male, I can only speak about women in terms of dating them, but a lot of women do not realize what you just said. One woman's hard to get is another's take a hint. One woman's insult is another woman being playful. One woman's flirt is another woman's friendly. This is why men can't take a hint, ladies, you are all different. Same goes for guys, your flirt might be another guy's aggressive. Your nice gesture may be another guy's sweeping her off her feet. Edit, Dec, you dudes are brutal on typos. He's right, you know. It depends on so many things. Unfortunately, dating is one of those things that can't be predicted because you can't generalize anything. Flirting's basically a dumb game of chicken with gradual escalation. Or just ask if they haven't, so, usually pretty obvious. I've had a lot of people ask me this just because they're nosy. Not a guarantee of attraction. My aunt asked me last week. Glad I missed that signal. You don't. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith. Not bad, kid. By reading someone's comment on Reddit about how they missed all the signs and then you realize that the same thing happened to you and now you lie there contemplating your life. But you still can't be sure. Yeah, maybe she's Canadian and she's just being polite. If they ask you to take off your clothes, chances are they're just being friendly. Or they're Canadian so they're being polite. Yes, that casually explains it. Our pants were soaking wet from walking in the rain. Got to her house, she gave me her joggers to wear so my jeans could dry. Literally got into her pants. Nothing happened. Shrug. Got into her pants, not sure what all the ruckus is all about though. The pants were way too tight and were slowly squishing my balls. Like male pants a lot more. You should have declined the offer and spent the jean drying time with your bare penis exposed. That way it would be clear there's no attraction, as you're comfortable enough to show her your bare penis. I automatically assume people are being friendly. It's habit. Edit, geez, didn't expect to wake up with 50+ replies in my inbox in result to self-deprecation. But I think I should clarify some things. I'm a romantic now after struggling with feelings towards romance in general for a bit, but before I discovered what aromanticism was, I just assumed people were being friendly because I was, and still am, too unattractive. Flirting wasn't my strong suit either, and I had a terrible track record with guys, read, one who was an autistic furry liar, and the other who was an autistic, unhygienic, clueless dude. Plus I can't commit to a relationship. Depression. Though a guy I know apparently has a crush on me, and from our interactions I just assumed he was being friendly. Imagine my surprise when his mom told me he was crushing on me. I never would have known otherwise. Edit 2, okay, one more edit. I realize that not all autistic guys and furry guys are bad BFs, y'all do you. This was just a case of bad luck for me. Said guy who has a crush on me also has autism and he's a really kind-hearted dude beneath his frowny exterior. Hygienic too. I used to, and retrospectively I see that I missed a sheetload of opportunities. Oh look at Mr. with the opportunities here. Same. Innocent until proven interested. It's not always easy. With my fiancée, when we started hanging out I would convince myself she liked me and then talk myself out of it. I would walk her home and she'd give me a really awkward friend hug then run inside, leaving me feeling like I'd misread the signals completely. This went on for about 3 weeks before we finally kissed at a party. I asked her about it afterwards and it turns out she was doing the same thing. 7 years and a proposal later, I think she might have a crush on me, guys. I dunno, man. In high school I went to a dance with a guy as friends and then he kissed me as friends and then we brutally fucked behind the gym as friends and we've been dating as friends for about 7 years and we're getting married next week as friends plus I'm knocked up with his babies, as friends. You can never really know, man. Some people are in it for the long con. Thank you for that wonderful story, you /cock daddy Karen. Edit, my first silver is for noting someone's username. Nice. Do they ever initiate the friendliness? Responding to someone else's kindness is a lot different than initiating it. But even still the only sure way to know is to ask. There is a girl that I work with that has asked me to go spend the weekend with her in NYC, so I would assume that she's flirting / interested in me. I mean she's kinda flirty with everyone, it just seems like it's more so with me. She always makes a point to talk to me when I walk by and we're always making each other laugh anytime we talk. But I'm afraid of trying to make a move as since I work with her and she's way out of my league. As you /Rumple5skins said. This reminds me of my other often repeated piece of advice, you are not the commissioner of her league. She decides whether you get to be in it or not. How can she do that without a chance to scout you? Go for it. If she's into you, cool. If not, you're just work colleagues. Pro tip, you'll never know if you don't ask. Shreddage's date. No, the stripper is not attracted to you. I beg to differ, I have a massive gravitational pull. But do you have thin sweatpants? That really drives them wild, you know. If you get an arranged marriage it's a 50/50ths. Usually the realizatio comes 10 years later when you are trying to fall asleep. My cousin once told me, hey, remember my friend, she was pretty cute BTW. Yeah, she had a crush on you a few years back. Bitch, why the fuck didn't you tell me then? Man, this hurts me deep. Insanely beautiful girl I was friends with in a group. I tell my friends I like her a lot, they tell her, she tells them she likes me a lot, they don't tell me. I know it's my fault, for not making the move, but help your boy out lol. Seriously. Nobody is going to link the Judah guide. https://u2.be/za-4iar_9yw. Edit, thanks guys. Gold and silver and doubled my karma. Reddit confuses me, D. As a woman, I can tell you that video was right on, great information for op. As a man, I can tell you that video was right on, great info for op. Ask them. This is number 1. There was a waitress at a bar that my buddies and I had for like a year. I was into her, but couldn't tell how she felt. She was always fun and flirty, but I realized when she would first walk up to our table, laugh or make a joke she would look at me. I assumed that meant there was at least a chance she liked me, so I asked her out and she said yes. She was beautiful, had a great figure and was super down to earth. She also turned out to be someone who loudly cheered at high points of movies and I just don't need that in my life. We went our separate ways. I had this exact situation happen to me before, so I asked her out. She gave me her number and mentioned that she and her boyfriend were going to a funeral tomorrow so she wouldn't be around. What kind of response was that? Yep. Create the right situation, invite him/her, or find a way to be alone with him/her in a comfortable environment, and just ask. That's the way. If he/she is not attracted, move on, continue being friendly as if nothing happened, so you don't lose a friend. If he/she is attracted, do what you wanna. There is no such thing as if nothing happened.